everyone, welcome to another Rick's Picks. Today I'm going to be doing my review of Sanji from One Piece by Bandai Namco. Now he was one of the original members of the Straw Hats, so I'm really looking forward to opening him up. Him and Zoro always had a conflict throughout the whole series, which was pretty fun. I enjoyed that. Now this isn't his original outfit. This is the outfit from after the 2-year break. So I'm looking forward to opening him up and seeing what he's about. So with that being said, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed. You're all very much appreciated. And if you watch this video and like it and you haven't subscribed, I ask that you please subscribe and also check out my One Piece playlist. So with all that being said, with all further ado, let's get to the review. Alright, so here he is in packaging. I do like the packaging for this. So first off, you have the One Piece logo up here. You have his name. You got a picture of the figure. You have your official licensing stickers. His name again, S.H.Figuarts. Alright, and then you even got a blue picture of him behind. Now, I do like this window here so you can see the figure, all his different heads, and also the Luffy face. Spinning around this way. Get the Figuarts logo, his name, One Piece, another picture of the figure. Spinning around here. You get a picture of him, all his facial expressions, some of his poses, your legal underneath. Spin it here. Once again, you get all his different faces and the Luffy face that he comes with, plus his name. All right, spin it around to the top. You get this window here in the shape of the straw hat with a map behind it, which I think is pretty neat. And then underneath you get another picture of the figure and his name. So, all that being said, let's open him up and see what he's about. So here he is out of packaging. He looks really good. He definitely captures the whole look from the anime. So we're going to give him the rotation. You have this side here. Oops. All right. Spin him around this way. You have that side. All right. Back around here. And then back around the front. Now, like I said earlier, this is his, after the 2-year break look. So he's in the purple opposed to the black. So let's get a good look at this guy. So the head sculpt very much captures the whole look from the anime. He has a white tie with the black shirt. Has some nice details to his buttons. Even down to his gloves and his buttons on the side of his jacket here as well. So that's most of the major details to him. So he's definitely a very good looking figure. So now let's start getting into his points of articulation. So first off, the head does move pretty easily. You have a set. Oops. There we go. His arm came off, but that's not a problem. It just pops right back in. You have a swivel, an elbow joint, and you also have a wrist joint. I'll come to this other arm here. That comes up as well. You should have some sort of joint right here. That's like pretty much below the ribs, I would put that as. And then you have your standard hip joint. Okay. Spin them around this way. You got a thigh joint with a swivel. You got a knee joint, an ankle joint, and you do have a toe joint. So everything moves pretty fluent with him. I don't have any issues with his joints. Just getting him to stand is kind of the fun part. Eventually. Alright, so now I switched to a clear stand with him because with some of his accessories, you're going to have to put him in odd positions. So this is a Japanese style stand. It came with one of my Figuarts figures. I forget which one it was. But here he is. And it's going to make it easier to do some of the poses that you're going to need with his accessories. So with that being said, let's start looking through all this. So first off, he comes with 4 faces. So he has this face here. That's kind of creepy looking. Right. He has his iconic lustful look. That's usually the look that he gives Nami and any woman that walks by him. All right. Next off, he has an angry face with a cigarette hanging out of it. All right. And then his final face is him with a cigarette hanging out of the side of his mouth. Now he also comes with a face for Luffy. So there you go. And I notice each one of these figures do come with a Luffy face. So all of your Straw Hat Pirates do come with a Luffy face. Now he has 4 different hands. So he has one here. This better. With a cigarette in it. He has this hand here, which looks to be like a holding hand. All right. And then he has 2 open hands. So he has this open hand. And then he has this open hand. Now he has an interesting piece here. So this here is his pant leg with his hand in his pocket, because he's known for having like one hand in his pocket. It's one of his iconic poses. So that's going to be interesting to see how that works. And then he comes with 2 legs with a fiery foot. And they do have joints as well. So this does move. Same with the toe. All right. And now you got his other foot. All right. With the joint and toe. So we're going to see how well those work. So let's start looking into some of this. So first, let's go through the faces. So like most of your Japanese figures, the hair comes off and then you remove the face. You don't remove the whole head, just remove the face. So the face comes out pretty easily, no issues. All right. And then the other ones just pop right in. That popped in there very easily. I had no issues with that. All right, let's try the other 3. Ooh, that's not good. Okay. So they sit in there kind of tight, but they do come off pretty easily. Now let's do the lustful eyes next. Fits in there very well. And I'm not going to take the hair on and off with each face. Just because of the fact that there's no need. I mean, I could, but there's that face. I still find that one a bit weird. And then, oops, his more calm, collective face with a cigarette hanging out of it. That one. And then I'll just put the hair over it. You see, the hair fits on very easily. No issues. All right. So now let's start going through the different types of hands. Now, once again, and you probably heard me complain about these before, I'm not a big fan of the hands that have the bar in the wrist, just because sometimes they can be a pain. But actually, that worked very well. I had no issues with that. All right. And the same with that. So those swapped out very easily. I do like that. I do think that's pretty good. All right. Now you have your cigarette hand. All right. And last but not least, oh, okay. Actually, this hand also swaps out here too. So this hand is for this side as well. All right, but we're going to leave this one off because we're going to put that hand in the pocket. So as you see, that works out pretty well. So now you take the leg off, and this is supposed to pop out. All right, so that pops off like that. You get this one here, and that just clips on. Leg fits in fine. And then you get that. And you put it in there. Now, put this back. Boom. You have your iconic pose with him with his hand in the pocket. You could probably even put the cigarette hand on that one for, one of his iconic poses. And now let's start getting into the legs. All right. So, take him off of there. Oh, no. All right. So, this is supposed to come off here. And you put the leg in here. All right. Put that back on. Now you have one of his fiery kicks. Let's just move this. So if you want to try to get him into a kicking pose, you can. That's why I'm using this style, So you can have him kicking however you need to be. Like that. All right. And then you also have the other side too. So if you want to pop this off. Back on it, man. This leg comes off pretty easily. All right. So, yeah, that came off pretty easy too. All right. So this is the other foot here. All right. So that swaps out as well too. Now I'm trying to get him into that really, really high kick that he likes to do. I think you have to. There we go. All right, he's an amputee now. That toe up there like that. Spin this around. All right. So, oops, get that on there. Come on. All right. So as you can see, you can get him into the poses you want. Now, I'm sure if you want to get him into the real high kick, you might have to play around with him for a little bit. But you could definitely, with a stand like this, get him into the different types of kick poses that you want to get him into. And like I said, you have an ankle joint and a toe joint in there as well. So it all works out really good with him. I don't have any issues with any of his accessories. Hell, you can even have him doing that kick, the hand in the pocket. So now he can even be relaxed about doing it. And now, of course, the last part. Put him to the side. Your Luffy face. So take this piece of hair off of good old Luffy. Take this face off of him. Right, pop that back on. This face on. And his face swaps out just the same as Sanji's. So there you go. You want him to have that face, you can. That's usually his face that he has for a good piece of meat that he sees. So everything seems to work perfectly good with this character. Okay, so my final thoughts on this figure is I really like him. I think he's a really cool figure. He definitely captures the look from the original anime and manga. He's a must-have for your Straw Hat collection because he is one of the original 5. And everything seems to work very well with him. His hand swapped out very easily, which really made me happy because usually the style of pegging that they have for that is usually a pain. So this one, it worked very well. I'm very happy with that. All the joints worked very well, had no issues swapping out the head and even the legs for the kick features. Now, as you saw in the video, I would recommend you having one of those clear stands that hook onto the hips. That way you can get them into all the different kick positions that you want to get them into. That was both in the anime and manga. So with that being said, I hope you guys did like this review. If you did, go ahead and check out my One Piece playlist and hit that like, share, and subscribe. They're all small clicks for you, but it really helps this channel grow. So until the next one, late.